Welcome back, Rich Nation. My name is AJ, and as you can see from the title, we skipped this small filler arc that you guys asked me to skip, but it was a little confusing. So if I miss anything, you guys need to let me know. So I'm going to be doing the very beginning of 225, because this is what you guys instructed me to react to, the beginning of 225. And then you guys said that the end of 226 is pretty much the beginning of 227, which is a little confusing. So I'm just gonna do the end of 226, and then if it's the same thing on 227, I can just skip it, no big deal. And then we're doing 227, 228. It's always a little confusing. We had this happen in the beginning. What was it, like episode 60 something? And I can't remember exactly, but near the beginning of One Piece, we had to skip a section as well, and it gets a little confusing when you have to skip episodes. But you guys pretty much begged for it, and I understand, because the last arc we watched, even though you guys screamed that it wasn't filler, it felt a little bit I don't know, okay, it's a little bit, it felt a little bit fillerish to me. It wasn't bad, it just felt parts were bad, but it felt a little fillerish. There was a lot of funny parts in it too, so I'm glad I didn't skip it for all the cheese. But anyway, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, smash that like button, hit that notification bell. You can also check out the Patreon at patreon.com/ajrich123. You want to see the uncut reactions and early releases of this show and all the other shows I do. I'm trying to keep it about 2 weeks ahead, so definitely check it out, and let's go ahead and start. Oh, back to the Navy. I mean, you got to get your exercise. Everything is by snail. He's biking in the sea? So a higher up. Biking in the sea. Everybody has the Luffy poster. Everybody's looking for Luffy, but obviously the Navy, this guy's some higher up guy. Of course they're going to be looking for Luffy. It's just natural now. So now they're on another island. Oh, okay, so they're so that guy we just saw. That is definitely a head, not a mushroom. What the fuck? Is he sleeping standing up? We know he's from the Navy, and he rides a bike on the sea, so you know he's, you know, strange. Just a stroll to an island where Luffy is. Aokiji. Oh man, I'm gonna mess up that name. Okay, now I see why you guys would want me to see the end of this. This is somebody that has some type of history with Robin, as well as being an admiral in the Navy and just being overall strange. But I guess everybody is strange in this show. I don't know why I continue to get surprised by that. Oh god, he is tall as hell. Holy shit. This guy's got to be like 9 foot. He's definitely not just on a stroll. Okay, so is this one of the highest people in the Navy we've seen then? Okay, this guy's got to be legit then. Oh. You're sexy. You got big boobs. Let's go. What whatchamacallit, a candy bar? You wouldn't think he's an admiral just by hearing him talk. You can tell this guy sleeps all the time. He's got the thing he just put over his eyes, sleep wherever he wants. But he had the poster. He was looking at the poster with Luffy on it, though. Can you really believe what this guy's saying? Get the calculator? This guy was not good in class, huh? He was sleeping through half a class. So would this guy match a warlord then? Who are these guys? If he knows all that information, maybe he did have other reasons to be there as well. Maybe he's just not saying them. It seemed like it was gonna get crazy for a second, but he doesn't seem like he wants to fight. I guess we have to just kind of believe what he says. He doesn't seem like a liar, but people can really hide the way they actually are, though, too. So it's hard to tell. Gourmet Town? So, Sanji style. Breast. So yeah, this has got to be huge for them. Everything is a whatchamacallit. That's like me when I'm trying to think of a name. They're stranded on an island at this point. I think they're going to take any help they could possibly get. He kind of forgets. So they would just be trapped here forever without them showing up. They could all fit on the bike? What does that mean? So they could put everything in the water on that, but what about them? Unless they just go on top of it. Luffy really can get along with anybody. I don't think it really matters if they're friend, foe. If Luffy meshes well with them, he can get along. It just matters. What did he do? Big yellow dinosaur. Barney's weird cousin shows up. Or no, he's got an ice wonderland. That he just froze that whole side of the sea right there. Yeah, Luffy, you don't want to mess with that. They are not ready. That's a face that doesn't like Santa Claus. Yeah, I'm getting the feeling that's somebody you don't want to mess with at all. And Luffy's attitude and the way he acts might benefit him if he can stay on the good side of this guy. Though technically he was holding the poster. He's part of the Navy. He's a Marine. He's supposed to capture him, and he's a higher up and an admiral. I don't know. I can't help but think he's got to be there for more than just what he's saying. Like, there's no way he can let those guys just go, but I don't know. I don't get malicious intent from him. I don't get that feeling. Yeah, only below freezing now. Always wear a coat around him. If he can do that, why doesn't he just walk instead of ride the bike in the sea? He can just walk everywhere he went. But he's technically their enemy. So that kind of complicates things. I don't think they cared who showed up, as long as they were going to help them and then get off the damn island. Why is Nami so happy? She looked overly happy there for some weird reason. This is why you bring coats. That's something to invest in. Whoa, he knew Grandpa? Why is he reacting like that? What the fuck? How did he change that fast? So much for being nice. It's like he had his initial thoughts, and then after sitting there and really deeply thinking about it, he changed his mind, which the way he was acting is completely the opposite of how that's an admiral, somebody in a high position that has to have, use big brain powers and actually think about strategies and think about things. You're thinking about, okay, this is somebody I'm supposed to capture. This is my job. Can I really let them off? They're a functioning group. They meld well together, and they could be a problem later. What if they what if they grow? What if they get stronger? That's how an admiral's supposed to think. So the way he was acting before was very deceiving, I think. So I kind of understand. Sometimes if you think about something for a while, you can change your mind. So I kind of get it, but that's bad for them. He sees her as the major threat of the group. Then why haven't they sent a bunch of people by this point to get her? Oh, maybe they didn't realize Robin was with them. Oh, that's probably why. I'm sorry I keep pausing, but I have to comment on that really quick. So Robin, we saw her on, we saw her on Crocodile's side, right? So if you see it from like the Navy side, this Marine side, you see them. He's talking about her constantly switching teams, betraying people. I didn't really think about that hard, that because of her personality and how smooth she is, but how good she's been for this group. I didn't really think about she could technically turn. If she would turn from Crocodile, if she has this past of doing this, but people can change. Would that make everybody else feel a little bit nervous knowing that she has a past of doing that? So they fought or something at one point, or at least ran into each other. But if they trust each other, that's not gonna break them. That definitely got to her. Oh! So it's a, I'm getting better at this. Logia, then? Devil fruit, so he's ice. So you can't kill him that way. Nope. I'm learning in One Piece. Maybe this is a time to run. Oh. But if it's a sword, Zoro's the perfect opponent. She's part of their crew. They're not gonna, yeah. This is what loyalty is. It's just gonna freeze you on the other end. And you're, oh no. And think about that. Frozen, frostbite. He could get rid of limbs that way. Yup. People can change. It's a frozen hug. Icy hug of death. But if he can freeze them, he can unfreeze them, right? Or it's just a way he can... It's probably a way he can capture her and move her. When there's a berry they're looking for these people. They're not going to kill them. It's just got to be a way to move. When you think about this, you know, if you try to think about this from the Navy side, regardless of if they have a personal grudge against each other, there's some history here between the two. So regardless of that, he is going to need to capture them, or well, capture the people with bounties, but he seems to be dead set on Robin. So freezing them, you would think, oh no, they're, you know, they're frozen, they're dead for sure. But because he has the ability to control this ice, it's coming from him. It's the, you know, a Logia devil fruit. I think it's just a way he can unfreeze them at any point too. Anything he does with his ice, he can undo. That's what I'm getting from this. So he freezes Robin so he can move her easily. She can't fight it because she's frozen. So it's like a infinite frozen hell, and then he can take Robin and then bring her to wherever, base or wherever he needs to. It's like a move of travel. So the same thing with him freezing body parts of them. He could technically unfreeze them if he wanted to, but he could also shatter them. He could kill Robin immediately if he wanted to, but that would be counterproductive for them. So I'm probably using the wrong word there, but yeah, it would not be it wouldn't be good for them to do. I know that we've seen everyone that's had this type of devil fruit has had a weakness. Every single one of them have had some type of weakness, either if it was water, rubber. There has to be a weakness for everybody. In this case though, I don't think any of them. When you think about ice, you think it would be strong against lightning. You can freeze rubber. You can freeze. I'm trying to think of things they fought. You can ground, maybe against ice. I'm brain farting here. If you thought just normally, what other ones have we? We have a bunch. Would fire technically be strong against ice? Yeah, isn't fire strong against ice? But that's not going to help them in this case. So, I don't know. Like, other than ice could have a natural. Yeah, because heat. Not even just fire. Heat would be a weakness for ice. And that's actually more of an obvious one if they go. But we've seen the obvious route before. Sorry, I'm just kind of bullshitting now. But yeah, it's interesting. I'm just thinking of weakness here. So I can't help when I see an element type devil fruit. I always try to think about a weakness. Now the panic mode is gonna turn on here. You could shatter her and kill her that way. Yup. He's got to be bluffing. No. Maybe he wanted to see the loyalty. I don't think he was going to actually do it. I think he wanted to see how he would react, possibly. Yeah, there's no way. I don't think he wants to actually break her, though. To them, this is a fight or flight mode, life-threatening. This is all bad. He's flirting even while he's doing that. I have a bad feeling. I don't think Luffy's strong enough for this. And I hate saying that. So maybe he will kill bounties. But if he's the one that froze her, maybe he's the only one that can unfreeze her. Though you would hope it would be this easy. This is big for them, though. They haven't had to deal with something like this. It feels like she's gone, but she is still alive. She's just frozen. I feel kind of sad about it, though. For like 10 episodes, or more. They were just joking around, playing games, and now it's Robin's frozen. She could be dead. How the hell did it come to this quickly? This is such a 180 tone from the last arc here. One guy can do this to their crew, though. That should say something. They're not invincible. But the ice goes everywhere. Holy fuck! It has completely owned the Straw Hats in the matter of like 5 minutes. How so? I think the latter there. Though, or maybe a little of both. I mean, it's too late though. They're already part of the group. This is the worst defeat. Even though is he gonna unfreeze them then? So they're tracking them all the way here. My question is, if they can do if he can do this at any point, if he could just go and show up to them or whatever, what does that not make him just do that? He can do that from now on now. But him, it's like he settled, the way he's talking is like he settled a debt. Like, okay, you suppressed Crocodile, so I'm gonna let you go on here. But if he meets them again, I doubt he's gonna be as nice about it. This is, I feel like this is the I'm trying to think of the right word. This is kind of a humbling defeat here for their group. Luffy's lost before, we saw him lose, but this is way worse. Like, this is not one of those things where I just can't find, you just can't find the weakness or something. This was more of, I could take out your entire group. You have the wrong person with you, and this is just bad. This is the worst defeat I've seen him take. This is crazy. Can't get used to that. Also, what he said about Robin kind of worries me a little bit, because he's acting like he's seen all this before, and she's always the only one left. So what does Robin do for that to happen? It's a good thing that they can kind of just, act normal again right after this type of defeat. If Luffy can't defeat somebody like that, they have to get stronger. They have to. They're not going to have a chance in hell against these people. It's all fun and games until someone ices the living shit out of you. I mean, are they going to talk about it at all? They don't seem to have that type of personality to talk about defeats or situations like that, but I feel like you need to. For a show that's so comedy-centric most of the time, man, it makes me think. I mean, rather be flower self than frozen self. At least you can, you know what? You can make fun of it and everything. They're gonna be okay if they can. It's back to normal now. Back to their normal shenanigans. He's gotta be thinking about it though. Deep down, he's gotta be thinking about that. He likes hearing that. Luffy's Luffy, but how is Robin gonna take that? That's the wholesomeness we needed. Huh. Oh, I thought that was a... What the hell? At first that looked like a guy, but... That's a frog? Like a mutant frog. Oh, it's the same one. They don't need tables or chairs when you got hands. So that's more important. It doesn't look very appetizing. What's over at that lighthouse? Probably the best thing to kind of try to not think about the situation. Go after a frog. Is it just a lighthouse on that island? It must be small if it is. What the hell? Did the frog bait him to go over there? Was he trying to bring the ship? Random train? How big is this island? These episodes really gave us, I think, an absolute crap ton of information and really a wake-up call for Luffy and the Straw Hats. The entire crew, really, they are in a spot where, you know, we have all these fun and games. Everyone's laughing. Everyone's having a good time. I mean, they just went from fighting a freaking joke. It was Afro Luffy in a boxing match to, hey, this guy is one of the toughest opponents. He's an admiral, and he one-shotted, like, he could have one-shotted everybody. Used a frozen thing, used his devil fruit power, and he can literally he could kill you. He could snap you in half easily. All he has to do is freeze you and then push you over, and you're done. Going from that was drastic on itself, because it feels like it's been forever since anything serious. But this really, and I think these moments I really enjoy about One Piece is, for all the comedy, all the fun, the serious moments hit, and it makes me, this is just me. I tend to like to overthink things and try to really get in depth with, and sometimes you can call it overthinking, but I feel like they have to take this more seriously than they are. The way he acted to them, the way he talked about Robin, and we've seen Robin, being treated like this, and we knew, it's not like we didn't know that they were after her as well. And we knew that she has like a past and stuff, but to what he said about her, she's the only one that lasts in, like, she's the one that lasts in the group, and that she's done this many times, and it's bad for her to be with them. And I don't know, it made me upset, but also made me think, what if what he's saying is true? I mean, we knew she worked with Crocodile. It's not like we didn't know, and it's not like Luffy and them didn't know that she'd worked with the bad guy before. But they trust her, and every indication so far that we've seen, every way she's acted, the way she's acted around everybody, the way she's tried to help everybody, I just don't see that. I want to trust her. And you guys can let me know in the comments what you think, but I feel I feel like, and probably what Luffy feels too, is he trusts everybody in his crew. And he, as you could see, he tried to, I want to think Luffy didn't think he could win there. And I really want to think that. I think it was because he, Aokiji, and I know I'm going to mispronounce his name a million times because I saw it. I saw the way it's spelt on there. I'm like, Aokiji. I'm going to mispronounce it. But anyway, he said that there was two situations that either Luffy was trying to buy time for everybody, and that he could he could fight him and then make sure Robin was able to get recovered and they were all able to get on the ship, or that Luffy really thought he could win the fight. And I thought it was a little bit of both, because yeah, he wants to protect them and fight them, but also we know Luffy does not give up, and he believes in himself and everybody around him to the maximum. So I think he really, at least part of him, thought he could win. I don't think, at least from what I get from Luffy's personality and the way we've seen him in serious fights, I don't think he lets himself think he can lose. So when he went in to fight, I think he thought he could win regardless. But as we saw, he had no chance. And that, he's already taken a loss before, but this one felt even more meaningful because there is stronger people. There is higher up people. There's other warlords. There's other admirals. They said there's two other guys in the same position. And then, we've seen Smoker. We've seen strong people. And if Luffy can't fight those type of people, this is a situation where they could have easily all died or captured at this point. This was a this was like, hey, you helped with Crocodile, I'm not gonna take you all. He could have easily done it. So that worries me. That worries me for Luffy and them. And also the way they weren't shaken as much as I thought they might have been. After all that happened, I thought it would have been a little bit more tense, but they really showed they went back to how they were acting before. And no, even Robin is not acting like anything really happened, but there's no way she hasn't really thought about it. And that's what I thought about Luffy too. I thought, how is this not getting to Luffy? But we know his personality. We know how easygoing he is. But it can't be, he's got to at least have thought about it. I don't know. I don't know what I was expecting, but I thought there would have been a little bit more of a tense moment after that situation. Cause that was, maybe I'm just thinking too much into it, but that was a major L. That was like the biggest L they've taken, because their entire group could have easily been dead. Like snap of a finger, easily been dead. And that really, they got to think about that. I don't know. It's nice to see them in comedy situations, and I really love everybody in the group. But they got to think about the consequences and learn from it. I think they're gonna need to get stronger for sure. But anyway, this was, I wasn't expecting this type of intensity, right? Like going from one arc to the next, that was completely a 180 and just intense to me. Anyway, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, smash that like button, hit that notification bell. Also, oh yeah, he mentioned about knowing Luffy's grandpa. He talked about knowing Luffy's grandpa. And we've already met Luffy's brother, so why doesn't, like, I said this the same thing when Ace was introduced. Like, why doesn't he ever talk about his family? We never know he freaking has a family, because he never talks about them. So how would he know him, for one? And who is his grandpa? That's an interesting, I don't know, that's just an interesting thing. We kind of forget that Luffy does, I mean, we've met Luffy's brother, so what is, I don't know. There's just a lot to ask about. There's a lot to really think about from these episodes. Anyway, like I was trying to say, thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't, smash that like button, hit that notification bell. You can also check out my Patreon at patreon.com/ajrich123 if you want to see uncut reactions to early releases. Also Discord, Twitch, Twitter, all that stuff is down in the description. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.